How are you today?
Well, I'm pretty well. And you?
How's life?
How
How's life in Italy? Is it cold over there?
is it cold? Yes, but less cold than once. Now it is not that cold anymore.
Uh, we have had a lot of cold fronts here. There were snow on the weekend. Many places in Japan has been snowing. So let's talk a little bit about the TFE. I
What's the
remember.
latest news about the TFE?
Yeah, I was thinking, like last time I was reading the email and your message to me that you have a friend of your friend. He works at the Italo-French base in Antarctica, and
Yes,
he said he saw the 24-hour sun. Now,
yes.
the thing is, Albino,
This is
it's not
a
that he
cold.
saw the 24-hour sun because we have 24 hours daylight in Antarctica. And many people think if it's the daylight, it's because the sun is out. No, it's not. Remember, on the globe, uh, they need the sun to give them the daytime. But we understand, especially if you know the Bible, that day and night were created 4 days before the sun was created. You know, God divided the day and the night at the first day, and then the sun only came in the fourth day. It's in
Yes,
Genesis. So, as you know, some gases, noble gases, produces light. So we don't depend of the sun to have daytime. You know, and so when they see daytime, they think it's because the sun is causing daytime, but it's not. The noble gases produces light, and that's what God, when the Lord created, separated the day from the night, created light. Let there be light. That's right there. So we don't depend on the sun. So those
yes.
people think that because they see daytime in Antarctica is because the sun is out. It's not. It's because in that region, not only the daytime, and I like to show sometimes the yin yang, because the yin yang shows the sun and the moon rotating at the same speed. But what happens in Antarctica, and that's what I think happens, the sun is in sync with daytime, you know? But when in Antarctica, since the sun has to move faster, it leaves daytime behind. So that's why you have 17, 18, 19 hours of daylight, sometimes even 24 hours, because the sun goes ahead but leaves daytime behind. I don't know if you can understand what I mean, because we don't need the sun. We have the day and the night, and the sun only was created in the fourth day, but we have light without the sun.
Yes,
That's the noble gases.
yes, I agree. The light has nothing to do with the sun. Actually, see, if you go to the north, they say that we have six months of darkness. It is not true. You have some hours of light, not sun, but light, because light has nothing to do with the sun. The sun and light are two complementary things, but are not the same thing. So, so, uh, this friend of mine, whose name is Agostino Favari from Sicily, he came to the conclusion that the TFI was a real experiment because he is in contact with some cousin uh, with an Italian cook working in the Antarctica, in the French-Italian base Concordia, and the cook uh, confirmed that there is 25 hours of sun. But the first time the cook said that there is always light, which is different to say that there is always 24 hours of sun. But I also have the suspect that the cook might be lying, because when you go there, you are a special one. You cannot. I've noticed it many times. The people tend to agree with the people that feed them, give them money. So
Yes,
the
exactly.
cook could be even lying. I noticed it, talking about many times. I lost friends about that. I was explaining, okay, you cannot demonstrate that the light you see in the sky is 93 million miles away. They got mad. So there is people that they want to lie just to keep the balance of their psychology, okay? And so this cook could be true, what he's saying could be a misunderstanding, could be also a lie, could be.
Yes. Yeah, of course. To go to
But
Antarctica, you need to sign some papers. You cannot tell what you
yes,
see, So, yeah.
yes, it could be easily also a lie. Also, but there is an important thing to say before the TFE experiment is it should be important to realize where all these Antarctic bases really are.
Exactly. We
For
don't
example,
even know, you know.
the
Y-
Amundsen Scott Basin, which is at the 90-degree South Pole. Who knows where it
Who
is?
knows? We don't know because everything that is digital doesn't. The compass doesn't work. As I have a video here, I'm going to show you.
Good evening, and evening it is. It's 10:30 at night. See our beautiful sunset out here in the Ross Sea, McMurdo Sound. I'm on Ross Island. That's where McMurdo Science Station is, and I'm going to show you about how compasses work. So here's my compass I brought from home, and there's a difference between magnetic north and geographical north. Geographical north is the North Pole, where all the lines of longitude meet. The magnetic South Pole is going to be where the magnetic pole lines up. And it just so happens that the magnetic South Pole right now isn't even on the continent of Antarctica. It's off of Antarctica. And there's a thing called declination. That's the difference between the two, geographic and magnetic. Currently, it's about 140 degrees difference, which means that if your compass did work, it would lead you in almost the complete opposite direction. So I thought I'd show you this though. Here's my compass, and you can see that white needle is pointing down. Look at, as I'm rotating around, that compass doesn't even spin. The needle stays the same. That white needle is dragging down on the bottom of the compass. So kind of fun to play with, but not real useful. I mean, you could rotate it around and try to get that off of the bottom of the compass, but for the most part, not real useful. Now we have a GPS here. Show you my GPS. It has a compass on it, compass page. And the key thing you need to remember with the GPS is you got to be moving if you want to get the direction that you're going. So if you'll look at this, you can see we're headed about a southwest direction. And if you look out, you can see White Island and Black Island. And right between those is where the South Pole is. So as long as you're moving, the GPS compass can be reliable. We've used it out in the field on this trip. When we get dropped off by helicopters, we use GPS to know where we're going and how to navigate back and where we're going to get our samples from. If we have any special finds, then we'll mark them with GPS. If we find like seal mummies, dead seals that dry up, possibly hundreds of years old, we'll mark those with GPS. So we'll know where those are at. But there you go. Do compasses work in Antarctica? Now you know.
Doesn't work, compasses. So you depend on the digital, and digital can be manipulated. It can be showing 90 degrees south, but it doesn't mean, because digital can be manipulated. Nobody knows where those bases are. They went to Punta Arenas, supposedly, and flew for like 4-6 hours, something like that. To where? They had no compass. They didn't know where they were going. If they went, if they went. Most likely not,
But why didn't they simply cross the South Pole to the other way?
Yeah, exactly, because there's no way. They can't do that. Airplanes cannot fly above 13,000 feet in Antarctica. While here, when I fly from Tokyo to Detroit in the US, we go over the 70th parallel north, and the airplane flies 36,000 feet, 37,000 feet. But in Antarctica, you can't. No higher than 13,000 feet can planes fly over there. So it shows that there's a dome, and that's the edge, approaching the edge. So that's
This,
what we have news on TFE. And Jaron actually was caught. So he was caught off guard, admitting that the sun sets in Antarctica.
yes, I heard it. I heard it.
Yeah,
Yes,
he was caught.
I believe I know that first that there is no trace of curvature. Second, there is no trace of Earth moving. Third, the flight routes show that the Gleason's map is substantially correct. 95% Gleason's map is correct.
Yes.
And so the rest is to be imagined, is to be demonstrated. The rest of so as far as we know about Antarctica, we should go there without restrictions, and reach the place where we cannot go further. And as I was mentioning before, I would be very curious to understand where all these bases are. Also, there is another problem, very important. In a sphere, you have a total symmetry, okay? A total symmetry between the North Pole and the South Pole. While in the real world, there is no symmetry between the North and the South for obvious reasons. And so they have to simulate, they have to emulate this symmetry. So they have to state that during the Antarctic summer, the conditions are similar to the Arctic summer. Okay,
Right.
and there is another problem they have to keep the symmetry, to keep believing that there is a symmetry because between North and South and Southern so-called hemispheres.
Yeah, they don't tell us that, and since we cannot really go there to explore, freely, independently, We will never know, and the lie will perpetuate always. You know.
Maybe when the global elite will lose their power, maybe we can
Yeah, let's hope. You
get
know,
to there.
let's hope.
But people like Trump and Musk, in my opinion, they've been put there to thrive, to keep the elite in power. But they could be losing, and so if their power falls, maybe it will be possible for us to explore Antarctica and to explore the Arctic, because there are many mysteries also in the North Pole to be exploited.
Yeah, yes, that's right. I want to go back to the conference.
Okay, this one. It is a new hotel. It is a big board. It is it is not central Venice. However, it is very interesting because it is in Venice.
Okay, you sent me the link now, right?
See, it is Google Images.
Okay, let's open. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. We can look at this.
The hotel is new, but it is in Venice, in the city, which is a city built on water, as you know. And I
Yeah.
discovered that it is quite a bit expensive, 2,500 euros for 2 days, which could look a lot, but I discovered that similar hotels on the mainland are pretty much the same as price. This one is on just in Venice, very near to the train station, which is cool, and also near to the bus stop from the mainland, because to reach Venice you have two options: the bus and the train. There is no other option because Venice is a carless city. There is
Okay.
no cars in Venice, but there are more than 400 bridges. So if you want to step to the other side of the road, you have to cross a bridge because the road is a canal actually.
This one right here, right? Now, do you live near this place, Albino?
Unfortunately, not two 200 miles. So
I see, but not that
oh,
far. About 3 hours driving.
no, far less with train. We have a high speed train here,
High speed train, nice, nice. 1 hour,
and
30 minutes, something like that.
on the other hand, you don't even need to have a car to go in Venice because you can't use a car in Venice.
Right. No
You
streets,
just
only canals.
yes, the best of this hotel it is that it is really in Venice, a bit in a border, but in Venice, so you can just walk, and you can go anywhere. That is, we are showing the main bridge in Venice, and
This one.
it is very romantic town, far more than Paris or London to me, because it's very unique, Venice. Very,
Beautiful. Looks beautiful.
and it is also a Tartarian city. And
Yes,
yes, it is a kind of Venice. To me, it is a kind of real life Disneyland or something like that. It is very. There are lots of restaurants, lots of bars, hotels, and B&B. I hope that if the conference will be confirmed, I'm going to find B&Bs inside Venice, near to
Right.
the hotel, which should be cool because it, Venice is going to be less and less affordable for common people because it's getting very expensive. They are also charging a ticket to enter in Venice. It's very
Yeah, I heard, right? They're gonna start charging people to visit.
yes, and because there is a problem of over tourism.
Yeah, I heard about it. I was like, wow, it gets to this point, but too many people visiting. So July is a good time, right, to go.
Oh, yes, and not a good time for the tickets because tickets are, I mean, any kind of tickets are tend to be expensive, but the weather is good because it is a city on the sea, on the ocean, so there is no problem of temperature, maybe no problem. Also, the in the summer there's no problem of flooding. Sometimes Venice get flooded because the level of the sea level rises, but it never happens in during the summer.
I see. Doesn't
And
never
if you
happen.
want to move quickly, you have to pick the public transportation or to get a taxi. But of course, a taxi is a boat.
Right, right. Yeah, it's one of those gondolas, right?
Yes, the gondolas are the typical boats that have been developed in many centuries ago, and it is
Right.
typical. If you want to visit the inner canals, you can hire a gondolier, and with a gondola, he can do describe, and it costs maybe $100 for 1 hour, something like that for three people for people home. There is many solution. The public transportation is not that expensive. It is just a boat.
Yeah.
And I choose Venice because Venice is attractive for people because maybe during the live we are going to talk about the conference in more deeply, and so I will talk about these things.
Yes,
And
yes.
that is the hotel. The hotel is new, as you can see, but it is
Mm.
very close to the one typical Venice bridge. So there are if you want to change pavement, if you want to change roadside, you have to find a cross bridge. There's no zebra crossing in Venice, just bridges.
Well, it's understandable because if the city has no streets, only canals, and you need to travel by gondolas, so
Yes,
it's
or
understandable.
also regular boats. But gondolas are the typical boats of Venice. They were
Yeah,
also in the United States, the Tartarian cities with gondolas and so on. And
so this is the hotel, right? It's Avani Rio Novo, Venice.
yes, that is the hotel where the conference take places.
Yeah,
While the
nice.
hosts, like you, will be hosted in the maybe in the nearby, in the maybe bed and breakfast because hotels are too expensive to because they're very expensive. Let's say uh, 300 euros, $300 per night. Oh, there are very luxury hotels in Venice that they have hosted people like Madonna, the singer, Elon
Mm.
Musk, and so on. But we are not currently at the level of Elon Musk.
No, we are not. Definitely, we are not. But I
Of
see
course,
here that seems to be a nice hotel, huh?
well, any hotel in Venice is nice because they are expensive. They have to keep
Yeah,
them nice. There are even more beautiful hotels, but they don't have meeting rooms, so they're bloody expensive. You have to be rich to go there, very rich,
yeah,
because Venice is a bit like it's a bit like Manhattan. It is a place
right.
where no one wants to live, but for a reason or another, the prices are bloody expensive of houses, of
Exactly.
renting, of everything. While
Yeah,
restaurants, maybe if you're luck, restaurants are not that expensive. Bars are not that expensive if you are lucky. If you look around carefully.
all right. Now, so this is a nice place. I've been getting messages from, I have a lot of viewers in Europe, UK, Spain, Scotland, even Ireland, France. So they were asking, have you, I mentioned several weeks ago, and people asked me, hey, I want to know more about the Italian conference. So that's why now every week, every show, I want to talk a little bit about we don't know like what's going to happen in July, because have you heard like you've seen a lot of airplane crashes lately, a lot
Yes,
of
I know.
airplane crashes.
I have predicted that it is. I don't want to talk about, it, but it's a long story, and I feel I'm not good in expressing myself in English. But I had predicted that. In fact, you can find it in my personal blog. I had foreseen that. Yes, and who knows? But I believe to know the reason why it is happening, but I don't want to say now. I hope you're
Yeah,
gonna come because I need extremely a signature. I need.
yeah. I know. Thank you for the displaying the book. Thank you so much. Yeah.
It's your book I bought on Lulu many years ago, maybe 2 years ago now, and so I hope you're gonna come.
What I'm thinking, with all those air crashes, they want to find a way to make less people willing to fly. I think, that's my opinion. Because a lot of
Mhm.
people now are scared of flying. Because of those air crashes, and that's one way they are doing. I think they are scaring people. You know, But luckily, at the least for the people who live in Europe, will be able to go because you don't depend on flying. You can go by train, by bus, driving, or any other way. Motorcycle.
Oh yes,
There are
but
many options.
I believe that big planes are not going to crash
No, no,
uh,
no. Hopefully not.
anytime soon. But there will be a tendency to to grow the plane crashes
Yeah,
and
they will
to
do
of a
that.
growth of plane crashes. Then
Now, I'm
no, I
listening.
believe
Go ahead.
I have my opinion about that, but I don't want to express my opinion here because it need to be too complicated to explain. I'm not that good in speaking English, so opinion I have. And regarding the conference, I didn't want to do an international conference outside a great place like Venice because I would really like to talk about Bill Casey because now this year is the 20th anniversary of his death. Because as you may know, the family of Bill Casey, namely his daughter Wendy, they don't want to me to be a flat earther, so they are disappointed.
Yeah,
And
I
talking about
know.
Eric Dubay, I invited him, but he has problems because he has this. He must get got married with his fiancée, which who is from Thailand or something like that. But I fear, I suppose, Eric is not that prone to work in team, to speak in public. Martin Lindker from Wales is is leaning to the Christianity. While Eric Dubay he just married, he just backed the reincarnation or the Oriental philosophies and so on. That I know that these were devil productions. Everything it was not Jesus Christ is devil. It's a devil matter. All
Yeah,
religions are devil drive driven. Also Christianity. The many pastors are Freemasons
yes.
in the UK, for example. Russian beats demonstrated that major telepreachers. Do you know what telepreachers are in the United States? More Christian telepreachers are actually Freemasons, just like Pat Robertson, the other guy,
Yeah, that's right.
the famous guy, and they are Freemasons. There's no questions. Even in the Catholic Church, the the current Pope is undoubtedly a Freemason. Also, many
Yeah,
cardinals, bishops are Freemasons. So they pretend to be Christian. They speak as Christian somewhat, but they are open to the principles, to the guidelines of the Freemasonry.
I know. I get messages like from somebody in Sweden and Denmark, and they were saying even their church now, the priest is there. Most of them are Freemasons. You know, it's everywhere. In
If
Brazil,
not
the same
Satanist,
thing.
if not
The same
Satanist,
thing.
try it away. The Satanism, you must remember that there is two kind of Freemasons. The Freemasons with the panel, the Grand Jury, I don't know in English the name of this, their the tool they use. But there's the Freemasons, which are not really Freemasons, just that they are included in the Freemasonry thinking without even knowing that. And it is
Right.
I don't want to be going deep because it's a very complicated speech, it's a very complicated matter, but the Freemasonry is in control of everything. Okay, is in control of everything, and the newspapers, politicians,
Right.
uh, universities,
Universities. You're right.
everything, especially in Japan. Japan is one of the country where the Freemasonry spirit, so to speak, is very very deep. By the way, the Emperor of Japan has the same university degree I have in natural sciences. So, starting from the Emperor of Japan to the police chief, to the journalists, to the anime creators, manga creators, they are obeying willingly or not willingly to the Freemason diktat, which is very powerful and very secret, the Freemasonry in Japan.
Yeah, it is. I know. Problem is a lot of people don't know that because it's embedded with education. Like kids here, when they are little kids, they pose for pictures and class pictures, school pictures, and they are all doing the 666 sign. And they are so innocent. They believe it's just everybody's doing it, and then they do it. It's really embedded with the culture now. When I studied in the university in the United States, I took business classes. And I remember my business professor teaching us how to sit down, how to speak in public. And she always made some gestures that suggest today to be Freemason. But I didn't know when I was studying and she was teaching in front of the class. She said, "Oh, that's how you have to do. You need to pose like this." And she did the diamond sign or whatever.
The diamond is pure, like Lucifer saw the gold because the gold is pure, like Lucifer. This is why they use diamond and the gold. There are many signs they use, like the numerology and the many others. Many other
Yeah.
signs, the 33 and the number 3 is very important. The number 11, the number multiply of 11, 22, 33, 44,
Yes.
77, 88, and the combination like 311, 911, also 511, and so on. It's I discovered that to explain this numerology to common people, the common people is not able to understand it. Common people is not smart enough. The problem with the Illuminati, and I've met, they are way smarter than us,
Yeah.
incredibly smarter than us. They are smart, so they can manipulate people just like with their speeches, with their thinking, with their decision, without people don't even realize. People are distracted with politics, with sports, with Olympics, with movies, with cartoons, so on.
So yeah, so they teach us how, like, see here, this is the peace sign. Sometimes you see them all doing the OK sign, the 666. They teach the kids, so people grow up doing this stuff, but they don't really know what they're doing. They are innocent. They are doing this stuff like really like innocent. They are just told what to do. Oh, pose like this, do something like this. And,
Yes, yes,
you know,
of course,
see,
of
this is
course.
the peace sign. But it's normally like, see, they tell the kids, oh, you all have to do this sign or that sign. And the kids do it. Just like when I was in college. I remember my business teacher, she was telling, oh, when you go speak in public, that's how you have to do. You have to do this or that. Luckily, I never did. When I speak in public, I don't do any signs. But I remember there was class, like subject in class. They teach people, and we do things sometimes not knowing what we are doing, like these kids here.
Yes, yes,
Uh,
because the mandatory school was invented to from Freemasonry. The mandatory school was invented, and in Japan, it is very important the use of school, the use of
yeah,
manga, the use of anime, the use of television, and the use of
yes.
everything.
Yes, people are really
Also,
addicted to that stuff,
yes,
especially manga. People are addicted to mangas. It's everywhere.
and
Everywhere you go.
people are happy because the people. they are pleased with their feed of. They are too pleased.
I haven't. Last week, I did not promote your contact because I wanted to talk to you first. So I did this thing here that I'm going to be promoting. This is the date, July 12th and 13th, Flat Earth Conference, Venice, Italy. Are you planning to have a blog or a website where people can like purchase the tickets, or is it only by getting in touch with you through this email here?
I've come up with the idea to let paying people to speak at the conference for 15 minutes or so, because the conference room is not that big, and the breaking even is about 30-35 people. Personally, I don't want to make money by that, just to be reimbursed by the expenses of trains and my
Yes.
stay in Venice.
So should
The
they
part,
contact you with this number?
yes, that is my WhatsApp number. I prefer WhatsApp because I saw it's easier to me with WhatsApp to reply by chat and send pictures and data via WhatsApp. And also, that's my email that for info, also PayPal. PayPal can be used to pay the ticket. Just give name, surname, and city, so I can track. I use maybe a friend of mine to help me, but to keep track of everybody that will be checked when the people show up at the conference. And what else? For any info,
Uh,
I'm here. The I want to add one thing that the reason why here in Italy we started doing these conferences from 2017. It is because to join people. It is interesting to join people on in person. Here in Italy, when we started, I mean, me and Dino Tinelli and Calogero Greco and Agostino Favari, who are prominent flat earthers here in Italy, just to let people get together in person. Because I don't consider, personally, I don't consider anyone my friend of mine if I have not met him uh, once in person, at least once, because I
okay.
believe the friendship via internet, via web, it is not a friendship. And so I came up with this idea, and Venice is a very spectacular place and very Tartarian, very historical. The history of Venice is pretty much false because it is a city coming from the previous great reset, and I like it because it is a carless city. There's no cars, so it is very relaxing. There's no parking lots. There's not all this stuff related to cars. The hotel, it is easily reachable by train. It is only 10 minutes walk from the Santa Lucia train station. And in Santa Lucia, you can have either both high-speed train and regional trains. And also, it is the hotel. It is only 5 minutes walk from the bus stop to the mainland, from the mainland and to the mainland. For the rest, you have to arm yourself with a good pair of feet and knees because you have to climb up and down hundreds of bridges.
Bridges.
For any kind of info, people can contact me via phone, via WhatsApp, or via email.
So what I will do, I have recorded the whole thing, and I'll have all the information, and you should be getting messages from viewers. Okay, so let's close today now, and you can say your last words.
Yes, I want to thank you for your invitation this show. Well, I hope that we'll succeed with our great conference in Venice. I think that it could be very interesting and game-changing conference. Who knows? Because
Yes,
if we do something very big, maybe we can spur the interest of the mainstream media that they are currently trying to crack down all alternative news like something about the flat earth. So it could be a very interesting fact to be tracked down by the mainstream media, radio, television, all around the world. So I'm very excited about this conference. I'm very
uh,
curious about if we succeed.
all right. Thanks.
Thank you very
We
much.
will be back
Thank
maybe
you.
2, 3 weeks. We'll be back again. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you again.
Thank you so much. God bless you, brother. Bye bye.
Don't waste any more time. Visit the links above now and order my book 16 Emergency Landings Proving Flat Earth. Visit my online store now and order the new enhanced Gleason's Flat Earth map. This map used to be in every school and library in the nation before NASA was created in 1958, when the maps were ordered removed. Have your Gleason's map hanging on the wall in your house where no government can take it down. Here you see it hanging on a wall in the house of the late Charles K. Johnson. Here is a quote from the book 1984 by George Orwell. Every record has been destroyed or falsified, every book rewritten, every picture has been repainted, every statue and street building has been renamed, every date has been altered, and the process is continuing day by day and minute by minute. History has stopped. Order your map now.